The 100th season starts tonight. I'm the coach, and this is the return of the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight, we kick off the new season with a great one in the NFC North, a potential classic between the Green Bay Packers and the defending champs of the division, the Chicago Bears. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the weekend. But for now, let's get to Chicago and say hello for the first time to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Appreciate you, Coach. One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport. Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Brandon Godden with Charles Davis, back for our fourth season already calling games together. Hard to believe that. And as we begin 2019, the 100th season of the NFL, it's the 199th matchup between the Packers and the Bears.
Makes our 4 seasons together seem rather small, doesn't it? When you put those numbers next to it. But how about this opener? Last year, it was the season opener in Green Bay, and that was an absolute classic. Aaron Rodgers coming back and throwing the big touchdown passes for the Packers to win. But now they're under new management. Matt LaFleur is their head coach. Rodgers still the quarterback. The Bears, the defending NFC North champs.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Quarterback Mitchell Trubisky leading out the Chicago Bears. Former number 2 overall pick out of Carolina. Big improvements in year 2 for Trubisky. Touchdown spiked from 7 to 24. Yards per game went up by almost 50. And, of course, most importantly, the Bears went from 5 wins to 12 and an NFC North title. Play action. It's Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
Running back Tariq Cohen brings us all to our feet when he's on the field because you never know how they're going to utilize it. In 2018, was able to run, throw, and catch a touchdown pass. And in addition, was a 2018 Pro Bowl return specialist for the NFC. The human joystick makes everything better when he's on the field.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky caught out left side by Robinson. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh? Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there. Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now Trubisky. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well. Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there. Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them. Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few. Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something. And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Face mask. Defense. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy. Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Rodgers now on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Face mask. Defense. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out. And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. He will push his way down to about the 14. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Hey, high 7. He's coming. We got double.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Khalil Mack in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 58 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are back within a score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
Check, 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 check.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Ready? You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky, he's got Burton here. They find some open field here. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, 58 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Extra point safely through. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? We'll see what they decide to do.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And the ball is knocked out.
Come on, fellas.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A give to Jones. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground, 1st and 10.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch twist. Watch turn it 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing again. Rodgers will get this to Jake Kumaro. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
First down, Green Bay.
On 1st down, Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman, in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Packers have cut it back within a score.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. breaks through the contact. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, this, of course, the 100th season of NFL football, and 17 matchups with historical significance have been picked throughout the season. And this is the first of them. Bears and Packers, the NFL's oldest rivalry dating way back to 1921, with the Packers having the all-time edge 96, 94, and 6 ties. A big play there just before halftime, and even 50 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
You ain't got nothing.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Bears will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point up and through, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return, as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
We focus our attention on the Bears defense now. And a big reason they've got the lead here in the first half, some of these hits we're going to see here.
Almost like they're a group of superheroes, right? Something out of a comic book. Boom, pow, biff. They are really playing well and making things happen on their side of the ball.
Taking me back to my childhood a bit.
There you go. You had a collection, didn't you?
I did. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He'll have a first down past the 40. The 40. He's at the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. One back in the game. That's Jones, second and goal.
Watch out. Pilot, 64, weak.
Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Geronimo Allison in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are back within a score.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And the lead is down to 4. So that drive, 4 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm scared.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Flush to his right. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we have hit halftime of the 2019 opener from Chicago. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good to get another season underway. We'll get back to you guys for the second half of the season opener. But first, let's take a look at what's still to come here in the opening weekend of the NFL season. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Atlanta Falcons. More good stuff later in the afternoon, one being down in the desert, where it'll be the Cardinals at home in Glendale, taking on the Detroit Lions. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, a good one to kick off the year, as the Patriots will raise their 6th Super Bowl banner at home against their rivals through many of those years, the Pittsburgh Steelers. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky who's looked sharp thus far. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Right now, you got 58.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, check 26. 59. Mine's 59. Hey, defense. Hey, 88. Check.
To throw is Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure right. Got a man. That's Allison. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a gain of 5, and it's a second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. Completes it to the tight end, Burton. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career. And he's going to need another one right now. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Adams. pass. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
30.
Rodgers now on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And again, it's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 7 yards on the touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So here we go. The Packers will line up to go for 2. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Trubisky readies the offense. Down by 2, 2:05 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. To Gabriel, middle of the field. And now running right through it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Miller. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Trubisky. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big game.
Miller on the catch over the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The extra point up and good, and the lead is up to 5. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Open here is Allison. That's complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
No, 258.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
It's a party now. 150. Mike,
to throw is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He won't go down. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Bears, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.